The satellite at the center is like a king of the hill. Anyone who wants it has to run toward you because it's raised higher than the rest of the map.
I'm usually playing one of two ways. All in, full ham, dying again and again. Or in objective modes, I'll flank and get the jump on people. Satellite scratches both of those itches. Even though it's an outdoor space, the map's two different regions mean I can play long and short range tactics.
I'll be honest, I am trash with the sniper rifle, but a shotgun, that I can do. I have always been a big fan of close quarters combat, and there is great cat and mouse style gameplay in Satellite.
The crashed satellite is a super fun spot to try and outplay your enemies. Predict which way they'll circle the debris to run up behind them, or just duck inside the satellite and take your shot.
This is going to be one of those classic Black Ops maps the world knows and loves for how quickly engagements fire up. East and West collide on the open seas in a top-secret mission.
Inspired by a real-life event, Project Azorian, CIA, JSOC, and Soviet forces converged to recover a sunken prototype nuclear Soviet submarine from the ocean floor.
The calm waters of Armada explode into massive naval conflict as players battle for control of large naval vessels.
With no lanes walling you in, players can engage on ships' decks, in the water, and on vehicles like wake runners and gunboats. Armada is chaos in the best way.
This really cool map that gives this amazing sense of exploration. There are so many little individual areas to find and new ways to surround or flank your enemies and get the upper hand.
A hidden safe house has been discovered right in the heart of the USSR, in the shadow of Moscow's opulent train station. With Spetsnaz dispatched, the area has gone hot.
So the Moscow map is set in the dead heart of a big city. So you're wandering through these streets with a bunch of cars, and there's tall buildings on either side of you.
There's this sense that you've been dropped into a point in history.
First thing I do is run right to the center because that's where all lanes cross in the Moscow map. And eventually, it doesn't take long, people are gonna run through the metro station. So you can just sit there and wait, but chances are there's gonna be people running right into your line of fire right off the bat.
It's a classic 3-lane map where teamwork really makes the dream work.
January 17, 1984. This location is heavily influenced by Miami's famous, or perhaps infamous, Ocean Drive. This is a night map, but one unlike players have seen before.
You can sneak through dark, shadowy alleys, go out onto the beach, out into the ocean.
You can dive in the water and wade along the coast to get the drop on the other side.
Or you can just go right down the street and bask in the neon light.
The first time I played through Miami, I could hear this 80s nightclub music playing through the walls of one of the buildings. The little details make it lifelike, and it becomes this joy to experience.
Basically, my goal is to never be on the main street in the center because that is sniper heaven and that is Brittany hell. So I always go and try to flank and get those snipers from the back.
Our art and design teams worked really hard to bring the best possible night experience to the players. You'll see that play out when you sneak in the shadows on the beach or engage enemies in the center strip.
It really makes people feel like they're in Miami in the 80s. It's pretty cool.
In Crossroads, NATO has learned a large Soviet missile convoy is on its way to the border.
Special forces dispatch alongside MI6 to ambush the convoy and secure the weapons before all hell breaks loose.
Soviet convoy disabled.
It's one of our most cinematic maps with a boots-on-the-ground feel that feels pulled from the campaign.
Your team will want to hold down and protect its own outpost to guarantee access to one of these tanks. But infantry combat doesn't take a backseat in Crossroads, as natural terrain and foliage masks movements and provides tactical advantages.
There's a bunch of snowmobiles when you first spawn, and it's a mad dash to grab one. And now, running people over with the snowmobile is my favorite thing to do.
Each environment changes the dynamic of how you play and caters to unique loadouts. Crossroads is a bigger map, and that allows you to play the way you want to play.
The beaches of Miami, a frozen over lake, the open ocean. Our visual research department racked up miles visiting them all, because if you're going to deploy around the globe in this game, that required them to do the same. The mission for our artist is absolute authenticity. Step one in that process is photo scanning thousands of real-world objects, terrains, and materials. Those assets ensure our upgraded, physically based renderer delivers the best-looking Black Ops yet. True 4K, high dynamic range with the true color and tone, ray tracing on systems that support it, photometric lighting courtesy of our Luminaire system, and overhauled contour terrain system. The result is gritty, it's believable, I dare say it's got ambience. Most importantly, it sets the perfect stage for multiplayer combat. On that note, here's Matt with more on the modes and missions ahead.
We've talked a little bit about where you'll play, but let's talk about what you'll play when you get there. In Black Ops Cold War, our classic game modes are returning and they're better than ever. From the tried and true Team Deathmatch, Domination, and Search and Destroy, to the return of the competitive game mode Control, we've taken a fresh eye to all of your favorites. We're encouraging more meaningful gameplay with larger capture zones in Domination. We're updating spawn systems in Hardpoint. And now we show you where the next hardpoint will spawn so you can regroup, rotate, and set up for the next fight. Across all of our classic modes, we're working hard to make this the most rewarding and competitive multiplayer experience yet. And while your go-to modes are coming back better than ever, let's talk about the innovative new modes you'll be going to next. With that, let me introduce you to my teammate Marquise Gladney, who's here to tell you about the brand new multiplayer experience we call VIP Escort.
VIP Escort began with a question. How can we create a game mode inspired by the kind of real-life, totally true, but completely redacted Black Ops that first inspired this franchise? The result is Extraction in its purest form, a new 6-on-6 objective-based game mode we call VIP Escort. In Black Ops, we normally task you with fighting, but VIP Escort turns that on its head with a new mechanic. If you're selected as the VIP, your #1 job, it's to live. In this team-based op, your team will try to escort you off the map or eliminate the other team trying to stop you. As VIP, you'll skip creative class, you're too important after all. Instead, you'll deploy with a kitted out pistol, a smoke grenade, a spy plane for team intel, and a whole lot of hope that your team knows what the hell it's doing. The mission? Stay alive and escape the map. To do so, you'll need to reach one of 2 possible exfil sites, which rotate over the course of the match to keep teams on their toes. There are stakes here. If you die, that ends the round. But team up and you can get your squad back on their feet quickly via last stand and revive. Each team's choices and tactics create layers of strategy and counterplay, injecting the best of Black Ops themes directly into this competition. Will your team pull Cold War mind games and misdirection by splitting up the squad to draw fire and create distractions for the VIP? Or is a full-on assault more their style? Will they travel ahead and scout, run protection detail, or take a bullet for you Secret Service style? My personal keys to victory? I stick close and escort the VIP and defend them at all costs. If the VIP doesn't make it out alive, it won't matter if you do. This new deniable operation only scratches the surface of what it means to play Cold War multiplayer.
Up next, we want to share another new way to play that goes above and beyond that classic 6v6 experience you've come to expect. Combined Arms is where multiplayer gets bigger and badder, bringing together the best of multiplayer's large-scale battles by combining infantry and vehicular gameplay into a single cohesive combat experience. In Combined Arms Domination, players will deploy into 12 versus 12 battles, each customized and unique to its own environment. But these battles aren't just bigger or more chaotic. We've worked hard to ensure the 2 levels of boots on the ground and all-out vehicular warfare complement and enhance one another on each map. Tanks, snowmobiles, wake runners, gunboats, and more. These vehicles amplify the action, sure, but they also create jaw-dropping moments right in the middle of the fight. The way I personally play Combined Arms depends on my mood. If I'm going for the win, it's rally time, and I'm pushing to capture every objective on the map. Whether that means loading up a gunboat on Armada or popping smokes so my team can cross the frozen lake in Crossroads, I'm putting my try-hard pants on and making it happen. And that's the thing, in Combined Arms, almost anything can happen. I'll seek out fun moments that aren't possible in other modes, like ziplining onto the enemy's ship and seeing how long I can last before getting taken out. At launch, you can expect even more Combined Arms maps and modes, each tailored and tuned to bring the most fun, frenetic action this format can deliver. Take Armada, our most unique map to date. You saw earlier that the only life preservers on this sea-based map are your tactics, as each capture zone requires a different approach. Will you attack surgically with a two-seater wake runner, gather your squad and storm the main ship? From ziplines that traverse the map to all new naval tactics, Armada is Combined Arms domination realized, bringing high stakes, high-speed combat to the high seas. On Crossroads, you'll trade your wetsuit for a snowsuit, fighting for control of Soviet bunkers across the frozen tundra. With high-powered tanks patrolling the frozen lake and surrounding roads, you'll need to choose how to take on those slow movers. So whether you're hopping onto a snowmobile for a quick flank or rolling up your sleeves and sticking on some C4, the story is yours to write in Combined Arms domination. That's it for Deniable Operations for now. We've ziplined, crossed frozen lakes, and dipped into Miami's beaches. But it's really just the start of the full Deniable Ops experience. Add up the work on your favorite classic game modes to the arrival of new modes like VIP Escort and Combined Arms Domination, and it all stacks up to our most ambitious multiplayer yet. One you can play any way you want and in new ways you never expected. If you're a Call of Duty League fan, we have a bunch of new stuff lined up just for you. Stay tuned. This may be a multiplayer game built for everyone, but these will be your Deniable Operations. And now, I'll turn it over to Tony to talk about what we mean when we say signature combat.
Thanks, Matt. Now, a lot has changed for us since the first Black Ops game. From our development pipelines to totally new technologies, but some things haven't changed. And after over a decade of making Black Ops games, we're more inspired than ever to keep honing in on that authentic, classic Black Ops feel, all while taking it to new heights. Now we know that to you, combat is more than just pointing and shooting. It's about how your operator moves and weaves through your surroundings. It's feeling the power of your weapon, how it reacts in your hands. It's the sound of bullets storming past you, the rattle and bang of firing your weapon. In Cold War, we're back to plausible, authentic, boots-on-the-ground combat. And that has allowed us to not only refine the feel of the game, but build on all the classic foundations of Black Ops. Heads-up gameplay, automated healing, and grounded movement. Keeping your player experience in the front of our minds has also inspired a fresh wave of thinking across our creative class and score streak system, where we're introducing features that bring unprecedented transparency to your planning and cinematic wow moments to when you're playing. Now, innovating systems while still capturing that signature Black Ops super smooth feel is a notoriously tricky thing to get just right, and we put everything we have into it for each game. This is an absolute team effort, so I brought some of my friends from the combat team to help tell you about our initiatives for this game and how they've resulted in signature combat that feels just right. Here's Max Porter to start us off.
We've taken lessons learned from across Black Ops and the entire Call of Duty franchise to land on a truly best-in-class weapon experience. The gun is almost always right in front of you and must look great. From a gun's seams down to its grime, the level of detail in Black Ops Cold War has never been higher. But our weapons also need to move in a realistic manner. You'll feel it in this game, whether you're clocking from long range or firing from the hip. When we think about a gun, we think about the way it looks, the way it's gonna move, but a big part of a gun's personality is the sound that it makes. It's like the bark of a dog. We're sort of imagining all these guns as characters. That just adds to that level of realism and that sort of immersive quality that is unique to Call of Duty. It's this multifaceted approach to how weapons look, animate, and sound that together defines the feel of Cold War's signature gunfighting experience. Here's Alvin with a debrief on some of the other combat systems waiting for you in Cold War.
Let's talk about two of the most significant and impactful features of multiplayer: create a class and score streaks. Our goal with Create a Class in Cold War is to empower you without making trade-offs. This year, better starts with simpler. Create a Class will be a slot-based system. No longer governed by allocations or the Pick 10 system, you'll always boast a full class of a primary, secondary, lethal, tactical, field upgrade, and a set of perks. Field upgrades are items placed in the world to give your team an advantage. You can earn them solely based on time, not score, and they are the only type of game content that works on a cooldown that lasts after death. Now, wild cards are back. In this system, in every class, you can pick one of 4 wild cards that let you do things like load your primary weapon with up to 8 attachments, carry up to 6 perks, double the number of lethals and tacticals you have, or carry 3 primary perks from any mix of categories. Of course, a key component of Create a Class is the gunsmith. In Black Ops Cold War, there are more optics and attachments to unlock and configure than ever before. Every primary weapon can be customized with 54 attachments across 8 different nodes or attachment points, with at least 6 options per attach point. By default, you can equip 5 attachments, or 8 with the Gunfighter wildcard. For the first time, Gunsmith will show you what equipping an attachment does as a positive or negative percentage. You can now build backwards, speccing out the perfect gun for results you want to see in the field. This takes the guesswork out of the system and helps us on our never-ending quest to make the most balanced Call of Duty game you've ever played. There's one more thing I need to talk about. First up, we've updated score streaks so that earned score is kept through death. This change gives all players a chance to engage with score streaks, one of the most visceral and fun experiences across multiplayer's signature combat. If you do go on a streak and string together multiple kills before your own death, streak score bonuses help you earn into those higher-powered score streak tiers. To prevent score streak spam, each score streak will go on a cooldown after it's used to pace out frequency. So, what score streaks are we talking about? Well, your favorites are back, but we've also got a few surprises. Score streaks in Cold War can be used in all the classic ways: to aid in taking an objective, to save your team, to break up the pace of the game with a fun new experience. We've also tailored strategy into the system, as score streaks can often be neutralized with a counter score streak. And now I'll pass it over to Sunny to share more about our operators and how they move in Black Ops Cold War.
Elite, covert, powerful. When you play as a Cold War operator, you won't just step into the boots of a highly trained precision instrument. Every movement will have a purpose. To increase the fidelity and feel of even the smallest elements, modelers, animators, and concept artists all work side by side, planning for every point of contact with every gun, every stance and position, every scenario. Thanks to increased dynamic bone counts, we've been able to enhance the effects of physics and gravity on what you carry, from the weight of your gear, like pouches and grenades, to the way a wallet chain or rope sways as you sprint. Your entire operator will move more naturally than ever. Here's 4 specific ways movement has improved through new cutting-edge techniques in animation and programmatic movement. The first is sprint takeoff. This is the feature that gives your operator a running start. You start with a little sprint and then it slows down to normal speed. This lets you feel the momentum of like where you're going and where you're going to end up. We wanted to preserve the fluidity and fun of an operator's ability to slide. In Black Ops Cold War, when you slide, you start and end in a crouch position in a believable way. This allows 2-player movement states to function better as one, all while improving gameplay and enhancing pace. Footstep control also plays a big part of the new movement system. Go faster and you'll make more noise. Of course, we still have Ninja as a perk, but Ninja is no longer the only way to keep quiet. Whether or not you're crouched, how loud you get is now directly tied to how fast you're moving. Lastly, we've incorporated a classic jump with a much more natural height, which will very briefly slow you down on landing. Our goal in all of these movement mechanics is to ensure operators' actions are not just authentic, but intuitive. When you press a button or a key, you should always feel in control of your operator. And this system has been built to translate your decisions into dynamic movement more seamlessly than ever. The era of the game might be the 80s, but the characters you play will move and shoot like the world's most highly skilled operators.
Signature combat. It isn't just how a gun is shot, it's how that gun feels, how it sounds, how it's designed to create a combat experience. And combat isn't just about conflict, it's also movement. So the fluid ways in which your operators shift around the AO and carry the gear you outfit them in is just as important as the choices you give them. Choices like the overhauled Create a Class system, or all those attachment possibilities in Gunsmith, or the new ways you can earn and deploy score streaks in the thick of battle. These combat initiatives work together to deliver the most intuitive, plausible, authentic, boots-on-the-ground experience possible, and they are at the heart of Black Ops Cold War. Now, on that note, I'd like to introduce Miles, who's going to discuss some of the biggest innovations yet.
Thanks, Tony. All right, everyone, let's talk Warzone. You've seen how we're pouring it all into the Cold War multiplayer experience, but let's confirm it right here, right now. Black Ops Cold War will also usher in the next evolution of Call of Duty Warzone, continuing and expanding the blockbuster Battle Royale free-to-play experience. And it'll be a true evolution, with Warzone not merely picking up where the Modern Warfare climax left off narratively, but also interweaving the themes, locations, weapons, and vehicles of Black Ops Cold War right into the action. Cold War and Warzone will also share post-launch content from a narrative standpoint across both the Battle Pass system and item shop content. This interlinks Call of Duty in ways that evolve the Warzone experience while delivering jaw-dropping moments. So yeah, you can expect some surprises along the way. One surprise we're avoiding is the feeling of starting over. It's important to us that you can still use your characters and weapons and progression-related items, which is why investment and progress in Cold War is reflected in Warzone. While these are two very big games, from the beginning, they've been built to work together. Your player experience is everything to us. So we're making sure Black Ops Cold War and Warzone share progression, with much of your previously earned Modern Warfare content, from weapons to cosmetics, still available for use in both Warzone and Modern Warfare. We're collaborating with our studio partners across Call of Duty to preserve continuity while building a new chapter of Warzone that'll immerse you into all of the best elements of Black Ops Cold War. That's multiple studios totally committed to continuing this new tradition of insanely fun, absurdly accessible Warzone action. We can't wait for you to see how Verdansk and all of Call of Duty will evolve in the year ahead. But that sense of interconnectedness, it extends beyond just Warzone. That's why I'm excited to confirm that Black Ops Cold War will not only support cross-platform play and progression, but will also deliver cross-generation play to the game. That's because Black Ops Cold War is, at its heart, a connected experience. And playing together on whatever platforms you prefer only betters that experience. Cross-play and cross-progression across current and next-generation systems across all modes. That won't be easy, but it's worth it to allow fans who have never had a chance to play together to squad up and deploy, no barriers between them. And with the Battle Pass system delivering a steady stream of post-launch content, Black Ops Cold War will be the very first cross-platform, cross-generation Call of Duty experience, making it the deepest game in franchise history. Vaughn, where do we go next?
Yeah, Miles, on the subject of platforms, we've got a very special guest, Mark from Beanox.
Hey, what's up, Van? On behalf of Beanox, we are extremely excited and proud to bring Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War to Battle.net as the lead PC developer. PC continues to be a critically important pillar of game development for the Call of Duty franchise. In addition to the major improvements we have made to Call of Duty PC in the past, including uncapped frame rates, high refresh rate support, and customized field of view, we're always looking for ways to improve features and customizable settings. One of the biggest improvements this year is that the Black Ops engine now runs on DirectX 12. This has led to a huge improvement in terms of performance and latency reduction. For players who prioritize immersive gameplay, we have a great partnership with NVIDIA to bring ray trace effects, performant accelerating deep learning super sampling or DLSS, and RayFX latency optimization technology. We will implement ray trace shadows and ambient occlusion to improve the quality of light shadow and sunlight shadow. This improves surface and contact detail and fixes problems associated with traditional shadow mapping techniques like aliasing, freckling, and disconnected shadows. Also, we will be implementing AI-powered DLSS, so players will be able to increase their frame rate while maintaining the visual quality of the game. For players looking for better responsiveness, we've integrated the Reflex low latency technology to lower system latency. This combines both GPU and game optimization. We're also happy to announce that Reflex will be coming to Call of Duty Warzone in the future. We have so much more to talk about, but right now I would like to hand it back to David Van Der. Van?
We've declassified a whole lot today, and one thing is clear. Black Ops Cold War is here, and it's ushering in a new chapter of deniable operations that are undeniably Call of Duty at its very best. Realistic, plausible, gritty. You've seen our team-wide commitment to storytelling, infusing the story and spirit of the Cold War narrative into everything we do, even in multiplayer. You've seen our emphasis on authenticity shine through every location, every weapon, every vehicle, every character. Each one telling a story we can't wait for you to uncover and experience. You've seen us challenge ourselves to not only innovate on classic game modes, but introduce a new generation of instant classics. Modes like VIP Escort and Combined Arms Domination. You'll see that duo played today, and it's just the start, as we've got massive drops of free content planned post-launch, including new and limited time modes. No matter what type of multiplayer gamer you are, you'll find something for you. Tying it all together is that signature combat you love. Grounded and always realistic, you'll move fast and fluid, feel powerful when you need to be, and customized just the way you want to be. The new creative class and score streak systems give you even more of what you love, infusing more control and cinematic moments with less friction between you and the gameplay than ever before. And this is a true connected experience. Warzone and Cold War. The events in one will impact the events in the other, expanding Call of Duty in new ways you've never seen before. And Black Ops Cold War is not only a cross-platform game, but it's also a cross-generation cross-platform game. Now, that should be the end of our show. But this wouldn't be a Black Ops multiplayer reveal without some Black Ops style mind games. We have talked a lot today about what Black Ops is, how it feels, what it does, but for over 10 years, Black Ops is also something else. A game that consistently presses the boundaries about what multiplayer means. Our team relentlessly looks for opportunities to offer new types of multiplayer experiences. In Black Ops Cold War, we're excited to be launching an entire new category of multiplayer gameplay called Fireteam. This new format of multiplayer brings together everything that we loved about making Cold War and everything you'll love about playing Cold War. Across every Fireteam mission and mode, you'll discover some of the most imaginative game loops we have ever designed. The Fireteam format allows us to emphasize teamwork and reward creativity, and it allows you to do things you've never done in Black Ops multiplayer before. You'll fight in squads of 4 called Fireteams. You'll deploy into larger maps, play fast, pushing through multiplayer objectives and modes that demand quick thinking. The action won't just affect you, but the environment you battle in. Enter Fireteam Dirty Bomb, one of the most unique game loops we've ever imagined. You and your team must search for uranium. Then, deliver that uranium to Dirty Bomb's position around the map. Deposit uranium and detonate the bomb. Now, avoid radioactive fallout as you navigate a toxic battlefield. Every decision you make impacts your survival rate and your success rate. We can't wait to tell you even more about Fireteam Dirty Bomb and the other Fireteam modes and maps in the weeks ahead as we get closer to our public beta. I guess there's only one thing left to do. Let's play Black Ops Cold War.
Jetzt bin ich gespannt. Jetzt geht's los. Sehr schön, dass du wieder reingeschaut hast. So, jetzt bin ich gespannt. Ich blende mich mal ganz kurz aus, dass wir das Ganze voll und ganz genießen können.
Threat neutralized.
You're here because you're the best special forces NATO has to offer.
You're all that keeps the world from turning to cinders, comrades.
We work off the books.
Operate in the shadows.
To keep the wolves at bay.
Today, we reshape the world.
What the fuck are we doing in Miami?
Let them come.
Big Papa took the war around. Jack going out for the other crowd. Any repercussions in your mouth. Split clip all the time. Big Papa took the war around. Rule flows, and that's how it's goes. Go, go, go! Time to punch that time card.
Secure the sub.
I'll take care of this.
Ah, shit.
Soviet convoy disabled.
I'll drive. Big Papa kicked the war around. And that's how it goes. Keep pushing! No! Over here! War flows, and that's how it goes.
Pre-order a digital copy and get early access to the open beta and instant access to the Woods Operator Pack in Modern Warfare and Warzone.
Welcome to the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War worldwide multiplayer reveal. The Depths and Prayer just gave us our first look into the details around the next generation of global combat for Cold War multiplayer, so thank you, team.
We are pumped to start showcasing all the different deniable operations and signature combat experiences they've been talking about. This right here is where we step into the awesome chaos of multiplayer, and wow, does what they've got on tap this year look good.
We're going live with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War multiplayer, bringing you action from dozens of top creators and CDL pros from across the planet, from their homes to our studio to you in a way and scale we've never done before. Each one of them is about to deep dive into the game, and we'll be jumping on board with them to get you all the action from their point of view.
Right here is the place where we're giving you the goods. Core 6v6 style Black Ops modes like TDM, Kill Confirmed, and Domination.
And we're about to wreak some havoc in brand new modes like Combined Arms, which just happens to include the vehicle-fueled warfare we gave you a little taste test of earlier. This unprecedented worldwide reveal also means that you're about to get your first good look at the highly competitive VIP Escort mode.
And as a bonus for everyone watching this stream, we'll also talk about how Treyarch is approaching free post-launch content for Black Ops Cold War, as well as how they've optimized multiplayer for PlayStation 5.
This sounds awesome! Are you okay? Are you ready?
Holy shit, yes, I am ready!
Let's do this.
What's up, guys? I'm Nameless, and I'm here to make sure that you guys don't miss any of the crazy moments that we have throughout the day. We have some of the top streamers from around the entire world itching to play Cold War, and we're going to be kicking it off here very shortly. These guys have been streaming. These are your favorite guys playing different games that we've had over the years, and pulling up some of them on the screen right now. We're going to have some of the guys that I've been loving to play with and watch over the years. Bobby Poff Gaming, Drifter, Cat Conti, Cat Gun, Legion. You know these guys from YouTube, from Twitch, from all over the world. One of my favorites being Nick Merckx, Noah J, Sean J Gaming, and also Marksman. I can't wait to watch these guys drop in on our Armada. Symphony, Teep, Tim the Tatman, hopefully he can stay on the map, and also Try Max. It's going to be an incredible day. We also have many more, as well as some of our CDL pros. They're going to be all participating today. And now let's take a look at what these guys are going to be starting off with. We have 12 versus 12 combined arms domination on Armada. This is the first map ever to be fully on water. But let's kick things off, and I'm going to throw it to Maven and Merc.
Thank you so much, Nameless. Yes, for the commentary, myself and Big Merc. How you doing, buddy?
I'm just so excited to be here. Obviously, we love revealing these things, and while I cannot wait to jump into the gameplay, the trailers, they just look so darn good.
Yeah, it's like death taxes.
Ja, muss schon sagen, der Trailer, den haben sie wieder mega krass hinbekommen.
Look at all, yeah, the new modes, the new vehicles, all the stuff.
In dem Fall, Buddy, vielen Dank, dass du da warst und dir noch einen wunderschönen Abend. Bis bald, hau rein.
This game has. We've obviously had some eyes on with it, seen some of the players playing it, looked at some of the internal stuff, and it's just really cool, like the passion and excitement. Well, you saw from all the devs, everybody's ready to get this game out there for people to play.
Yeah, just so many new things that we're going to be taking a look at, just so many new features. As Nameless was saying, this map entirely on water. There's vehicles you can take around the map. You can play on the boats. There's going to be 5 different zones. It's first to 400. And, well, there's just so many different ways to play the map.
All right, so what, kicking it off with Noah J, the Easter egg man himself. He has been popping off lately. It's awesome to see his success, and obviously a very talented Call of Duty player in his own right. We'll see if he can hit with a sniper. Just taking a look at our good buddy Mud Dog's in there, Jericho, Teep. You've got a full laundry list of just popular streamers going off as Noah J hitting shots.
And just right away, you look at this map, you look at this gameplay, and doesn't it just look like Treyarch? The color palette pops out. You have so many different attachments that we're going to be going with. You see the kill feed. You have the traditional Black Ops mini map. Man, I just love Treyarch.
No, yeah, I love the mini-map. So the first things we noticed when you took a look at the new title coming out this year. But Noah, as you'll see in pubs, more often than not, he's set up in a power position, snipe in hand, just looking to drop numbers. But yeah, I mean, he's been around for so long, comfortable with every dev, every title, as he's experienced everything Call of Duty has to offer. But yeah, it's what Nameless was saying.
Sehen auch wieder richtig nice
aus. Map that's completely on water. You already see score streaks coming in. I believe that was a attack chopper in, as he is just dominating the other team, but still a tight race in the score department.
Yeah, I mean, his first clip when he first tweeted out, I was watching as you guys were introing it. You know, we're going through the devs, and he goes, "Sniping is back." Noah's so excited. You see the
das hat sich ein
zip
bisschen von Apex abgeschaut, mit diesen
It just looks
Seilen
so
zum
smooth.
Rüberziehen.
Chaos in the air, the attack chopper is going down, and his team with a slight little lead.
Well, let's see if he can keep it rolling. It's been one heck of a life for him. You know how much he loves to operate with that sniper in hand. He's got the shotgun for close range. A reminder, this is combined arms domination, 12v12. And we're going to be showing a wide range of stuff today, right? We're going to have some 6v6, 12v12, showing different maps, from your 3-lane maps to your more open kind of sandbox maps as well. There's something for every player in this title, and you know we'll progress through that over the course of the next 2 hours or so. But just exciting to see the new twists on gameplay that Treyarch have to provide. Obviously, we love working with them, and the gameplay they've come up with throughout their cycles has just been insane.
Yeah, and something to notice today when we're going through domination, something that's a little bit new compared to past Call of Duty titles. It's not just one flag. It's more of an area that you're really going to be capturing. It's going to create more of I think, a combat dynamic around those zones, right? So, you know, you can play in different areas. You can capture it from different spots. But here as well, Sounds like we're hopping on board with Swag. We're going to be jumping from lobby to lobby. We got a lot of different creators as they get started.
Yeah, let's say Priesta looks a little bit different right
Swag.
now. This is Swag.
Oh, nice, habt ihr gerade gesehen, gibt es so einen kleinen Lebensbalken, wo ihr seht, wie viel ihr abziehen müsst, bis er stirbt.
One of my favorite streamers to watch. You know, he gets in some of these big tournaments he'll play in on Warzone in various modes, and Jericho, maybe not the most talented player in the entire world. But you know what? He's handsome. He's one of the most entertaining streamers in the world, and I love him. I love Jericho to death. Guy's a beast.
He loves to have fun, and that's what's important. You know, he's trying to show off the zip lines a little bit. You can hear him talking a little bit. I mean, they've had some experiences. Well, this is Sky's one of the CDL pros. He was an MVP candidate for us, but here you go. You see him taking a boat, trying to capture this zone, and yeah, swimming. Well, when was the last time you saw someone with Black Ops 3, right? So, you know, you have these different features from past titles in this game.
We'll see what he can do from the sneaky underwater positions, but yeah, just working the objective for now. As his team, I think, doesn't have a single cap as of now, but remember, we're going to be hopping through a variety of matchups, right? Like, there's a lot of players playing this, a lot of different streamers. If you're wondering why the score looks a little bit different, we're just hopping through a ton of different POVs and showing you guys how stuff is breaking down throughout the course of the day. As we go right over to Marksman, and he's in a boat looking to get busy.
Yeah, you can see he's got a turret on him as well. Yeah, just, right, you can hear that minigun go off later. Priesta, that's a nice headshot. Marksman, known for his search and destroy gameplay. He has been playing
so long
since, I mean, we've been involved. So great to see him involved today. Yeah, just patrolling the area right now with this boat. And well, Swag, he's getting aggressive. He's got the MP5, the classic MP5, and you can just hear Tim yelling.
Yes, Tim, I get it. I'm not a father, but I am also bald, and I know it makes life a little bit more difficult. But Tim, there is love out there for bald men like us, and you're an absolute beast. But yeah, are you surprised to see Swag with an MP5 in hand?
No,
looks to be very natural.
Yeah, getting aggressive, right? You watch him play Warzone, he gets busy. Tim, on the other hand, you see the movement coming in.
Ja, sieht aus wie Battlefield, ne? Das erste Video, was man gesehen hat, sah das Gameplay echt langsam aus. Also jetzt, wo man sieht, wie sie spielen, ist schon ziemlich schnell und flüssig, muss man sagen.
Clip it and ship it. Well, it's going to be interesting, too. You've seen, like, they talked a little bit about the score streak stuff and how it's going to work, right? That's going to carry on through death, and depending if you're getting a lot of kills within that one death, there's a multiplayer to work with. But also, one thing I kind of like is, you know, we've talked about sort of score streak spam in the past when somebody's going off. The fact that there's going to be kind of a cooldown on it, so there won't be that same spam, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I'm excited to see how it works in the various pub modes, but we'll take a look at kind of the loadout screen as he's changing, getting into a different one. So I think that's courage we're hearing as well, maybe a little coaching for the squad.
At least I do, so that's what I'm going to go looking for.
All right, so Drifter, you're hearing his strategy around this zone. He likes to get in the water, likes to get busy, just trying to look around him, man. It just looks so darn good in this area. All the different graphics, all the different colors.
Basically.
I was actually thinking about that, like, it's actually crazy. It's actually crazy, like how
I'm actually gonna
wild, like just water graphics. Yeah, now that's like a silly thing to talk about when you think about years and years and years ago, like various games. Like it's just nutty how far it's come.
They're all above me. If I try to go out any other way, oh God.
Trying to figure out what he wants, but I just love the 74U. It's always been one of my favorite guns. Back from COD 4, back from Black Ops 1. I am so excited that he's back here in Cold War. Nice shots by Drifter with that headshot, taking down Hutch. Hutch. As he just continues to go around this zone, and well, it is the that's not Hutch.
Well, that's Karma.
That's Karma.
That is one of the greatest Call of Duty players of all time. Absolute monster.
And he's actually one of my favorites to watch at the beginning of the games because he is always switching it up, trying different weapons. Like the guy just loves playing COD.
No, he just loves the game. He really just loves the game. I think a little bit of trash talk that was coming from his former teammate and Scump, Seth Abner, absolute monster. Yeah, I'm not sure who Seth Abner is, but yeah, Seth Abner, absolute beast. Okay. Well, maybe to a different POV.
Wait. Oh, he was watching Scump. Oh. He wasn't even playing. We were watching Scump. Wow. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay. I was wondering why I was hearing kind of Seth's call-outs more than anything. And this is Enable. What's going on with his hair, Joe?
I mean, listen, the guy.
Yo, wie es wegflippt, das Jetski.
Flew off. I don't know what was going on. Nice shots, takes down Courage. I don't know. You know, he didn't have the best year for the Seattle Surge, and listen, he's trying to earn some subs.
He goes by Deputy Hadbad now.
I don't know what
in case you weren't aware.
really means, but I love it.
Yeah, and this is a guy whose company we've enjoyed a lot this year playing Call of Duty with. Symphony, absolute monster, one of the most talented aimers I've ever had the privilege of playing with. The guy is nutty, and well, you can see how accurate he can be. There's Hutchie Poo. How you doing, sir?
Hutch back in a boat. Back in a boat. Is he just gonna get it? Get on the turret as well. Tries to take down the players ziplining across. And I don't know, man, watching the players zipline, it just looks so smooth. The pace they go at, it looks incredible.
No, it really, really does. It's just gonna be a fun mode to, I mean, what's the, as much as we can talk about different maps and competitive and 3 lanes or sandbox, wherever it is, like at its core, Call of Duty is just fun. And this just looks like it's going to be a blast. Because I'm at the most comfortable in the water, Joe. I'm a modern day Aquaman. No, I hate the ocean. I'll be honest with you. I'm just absolutely terrified of open water.
Krass, wie schnell das Game aussieht.
You don't seem like a big swimmer to me.
Nope. Terrified of sharks.
Was mir direkt aufgefallen ist, du kannst deine Waffen nicht anlegen. Das ist schon wieder richtig geil, weil dann das Campen auch nicht ganz so unterstützt. Das feiere ich schon sehr.
I don't think Nick is very pleased with how that gunfight just went for him.
No, he got smoked. He got headshotted. Well, yeah. I mean, sometimes you get headshotted in Call of Duty, that messes with you. But Nick, we know how into the game Nick is based on where his cam is. Nice shots right there on the Symphony. And if you can see his forehead, he's into it.
He's not. Yeah. Like he's not sweating enough yet.
No.
You mean like once it's only forehead?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
I guess it would only be hacked.
Yeah, right. Well, over to Legion. God, if you haven't checked out his stream, one of the more entertaining people in the world. Fantastic singing voice as well.
He's good. I don't know what he's doing. You want to come in here and see my watch?
What's up, Diesel? Slapshot.
Yeah, I do.
I think he's just.
But yeah,
I don't know what that was.
I have no idea. I'm actually playing the alpha right now.
Yeah, no, this is live for us too. All of it.
Prestige.
Live action going down now.
Feel free to ask, and I'll try to answer them the best I can.
He's gonna try to answer some questions with his chat.
A mode called Combined Arms. This is kind
Go
of
ahead,
like
take him through it.
Yeah, no, Joe and I'll just shut up. He's just breaking it down for you guys. This is fantastic.
That's the best way to explain
I like that. As he takes his zip line.
It's not as big as Ground War.
He's got a shotgun.
It's 12v12.
Okay. Yeah, 12v12, not as big as Ground War.
5 flags on.
You know what blows my mind about this stuff? Because obviously, well, I'm not very good at it, but like, I can like answer questions with viewers and stuff while I'm playing, but doing like a full like commentary and like answering a lot of questions, I can't do it. Like, I get people doing it like over their gameplay as like a VOD thing, but that's a skill to just sit there and just still play casually and fry while you're doing it.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't have game audio up. He was there like, I'm going to present to you Call of Duty, but here is testament one of the best snipers in the world, especially in Call of Duty. This guy, I'm sure he's already got some ridiculous clips on his YouTube, on his social media.
You're sitting next to one of the greatest snipers alive too, Joe.
Honestly, it just depends. If you're about 7 to 8 hours in, your hands are warmed up, that's the hot spot, yeah.
Not that we recommend gaming that long, but I do it every day.
Dass meine Kiste dann auch abkackt.
Or to Sean J Gaming, looking for the
Ja,
angles.
das könnte schon passieren. Also es sieht schon extrem schnell aus.
Able to line up multiple. You see the health bar in effect too.
Hier könnt ihr Werbung sehen, das ist Ghosty
Apart. Trying to work towards that E-cap. As we get back over to Drifter, well, getting in the boat didn't go super well.
Deputy Hadbad.
That's what I was talking about earlier. Deputy Hadbad. You gotta watch out for Enable because you're about to get Hadbad.
And listen, for some of these content creators, there are some demons in these lobbies in the Call of Duty Elite Pros that. Listen, it's going to be tough for them to win.
What is Scott? Look at the kill.
He's on a chopper gunner. If we can go to Scump's point of view, I don't know if we could switch, but he's doing some crazy stuff with streaks.
I'm pretty sure I just saw like 7 to 8 straight kills pop
that's
up
a
for
car.
Scump.
It's an RC car. Classic.
Absolutely frying the competition. Absolutely frying them.
Yeah, no, he has been. He has been.
bin so gespannt, wie das
is he
Game
is
auf der
just
PlayStation 5
keeping
wird.
it rocking. AK,
So wie sie
7 for
aussieht,
you, and
mega nice,
streaks have
mega
been soaring.
nice.
They're up 100 points, and the king is here. Oh yeah, surprise!
Timmy. Oh, Timmy's got an artillery called in. That's going to connect with you. You hear Jack. Jack is just lighting it up in the kill feed with the chopper gunner. It seems like some of our players are starting to figure this out a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys, like, it's been cool to see them, like, kind of come back to their roots. You know, they'll play other titles at times,
Bin nur MW gewöhnt,
but
aber
just
es
coming
sieht
back to their
echt
love for
interessant
Call
aus.
of Duty, like Tim, for example,
Gameplay
has just been loving the grind
richtig
as of late.
schnell wieder.
Courage JD, one of my best pals, and I hate to give him credit, but
Bin
he's
mal
actually
gespannt, ob
pretty
wir das in der
nasty
Beta
at
wirklich
the
so
game as
fühlen
well.
können.
Hutch has just been in the water.
He's exploring.
No, he is.
Ah, du spielst PC?
Well, he's been
Dann
playing like
machst du es schon
Flight
ein bisschen
Simulator
schneller
as
wie
of late,
wir,
so
weil
that
dann
probably feels more
PlayStation sieht das
natural
Ganze
for
immer
him right now. He's
extrem
exploring.
langsam aus.
But I'll tell you what, if they
Arschig,
put
wollte
like
ich
the, I
sagen.
don't know what they're called, the wake runners or the jet skis in the game, like they put that in the CDL, do you think that Doug Sensor Martin actually could get on a pro team?
We'll have to look at the maps, but there's an opportunity. He's got the practice. He has the experience.
If there's a jet ski, there's a chance.
Ein neues Spiel spielt er in Zeitlupe.
He's retired.
Aber das kriegst du auch hin, das kriegst du auch hin. Vertraue ich dir.
Oh my gosh. Legion's just laughing. I don't know. What?
Oh, ich würde auch so gern jetzt schon zocken, Mann. Das Menü sieht auch aus wie ein älteres Call of Duty. Finde ich richtig clean und ja, richtig geil sieht es aus.
I don't think so.
Ich weiß nicht, was ich sagen soll. Ich will
So it
auch
looks like a lot of
spielen.
people want to see the snipers.
Well, yeah, it looks like it's just one of those maps that it's either like long range fights with a sniper or close range up close and personal with a shotgun or an MP5, but there's the defeat.
Dude, I kept hearing someone go, oh my gosh, that's his sub sound. That's what that was. I literally just kept hearing it going over and over and over again. I was like, what is going on in this stream, Legion?
That makes sense. Well, as he thanks the subs, we wrap up the first map. Legion, enjoy that little 70 train. Hope you're having a great time. But
Hey Ron, was
we're
geht,
gonna go
was
through a
geht,
lot of
was
different
geht?
maps and modes. That was the first of the 12v12 on Armada.
And then you see some, you know, the post game. You know, you have score, you have damage dealt.
Ich hoffe, wir
you
können
have
dieses Mal
eliminations,
das
you had EKIA
Field of
and
View
Black
auch ein
Ops
bisschen
4.
nach hinten
Looks like
ziehen,
that's
dass es auf
making
der
that
PlayStation
return.
auch etwas
You
schneller
can
aussieht.
sort of
Also
see your past
muss.
history throughout that, so that's awesome to see.
Yeah, very clean. But they'll get ready, locked and loaded to get into the next game as we continue on through the Cold War multiplayer.
Nee, das war jetzt gerade eine 12 gegen 12 Map, also es war eine extra
But again, this is
große
going to be a
Map.
wide range. We're going to try and show everything, like more vehicle and sandbox maps like you just saw there. We'll get to smaller maps as well as we continue on
I
through.
want to
But
check out Miami.
yeah,
That's what I
Miami
wanna
just looked.
see.
It was just easy on the eyes, right?
It looks
like,
pretty.
It was just pretty. It was absolutely beautiful. But we kind of talked through the gameplay. We saw a lot of different POVs to break down some of the best moments. We're going to toss it over. The Nameless.
Thanks, guys. That was an incredible game. That was just a hilarious, fun, and entertaining way to kick off the day. And what I really like about Combined Arms is that it fits everybody's playstyle. There's things for everybody to do. You saw Marksman loving the boat. You saw a lot of people sniping, and then you saw some of our CDL pros like Scump using that AK-74U. I mean, the sniper can be so deadly on this map because there are super long-range fights that you can take from boat to boat. And if you really want to get crazy, you can try to snipe somebody off the zip line. But those guys are moving really fast, so it could be very difficult. So as you can see right here, we have Noah J. He's using a sniper and a shotgun, and Sky is one of our CDL pros. He was in the boat early on, and what I find interesting about the boats is you can operate the turret as
Kommt schon, gib uns noch ein bisschen mehr, gib uns noch eine andere Map, das wäre natürlich geil. 6 gegen 6.
Blows up right away. Yeah, Marksman was
Bin
just
heiß
hanging
drauf,
out
ich
with
auf
this
jeden
boat,
Fall auch,
just
also
driving around.
richtig.
He's the player that just enrages me when I'm
Das habe ich mir auch schon gedacht, aber zum Glück kommt ja noch, na gut, wenn du keine Playstation hast, kommt keinmal zwei, also die Playstation hat zweimal eine Beta, am PC hast du nur einmal eine Beta. Die können schon ein bisschen früher spielen und zweimal, aber bis November ist schon noch ewig lang.
Nick Merckx was running that 74U
Vom
as well. He
Handling
was just
schon
trying to get up close and personal
richtig
inside
saftig
of some
aus.
of the domination points, and he was playing real well early on, trying to pick up those streaks. And I also noticed a lot of players were
Erstmal neuen
loving to
PC kaufen.
use that tac laser, so you can just hip fire people up close and string together multi-kills. As well as the sniper right here, just fantastic headshots. He had an opportunity for the triple, and he was trying to get the feed, and you can hear him, he raged right there at the very end. And Hutch is one of my favorites, rolling around in that speedboat right here, channeling his inner jet ski, trying to pick up some
Wir haben noch gar
kills.
keine richtige M4 gesehen als Gameplay, nur von eins, wo man so ein bisschen aus der Hüfte gesprayt
When you're
hat.
underwater, you can see people crystal clear from a distance. Legion as well with the sniper here, picking up some kill feeds, getting one of those final kill cams. Ultimately, his team ended up losing the game.
Ein leckeres
but
Game,
that
da
was just
bin
an
ich
insane
voll
way
und
to
ganz
start it
bei
off.
dir.
We saw Scump
Sieht
pick up that chopper gunner. He picked up
mega
like 8, 9
nach
kills.
Suchtfaktor
But for
aus.
now, we gotta watch some more gameplay. So take it away, Jess.
Jawohl, sie zeigen noch
Thank
mehr
you so
Gameplay.
much, and
Come
yeah, I am
on.
so excited to see these VIP escort missions. It's matches rather. It's 6v6. The key is one player on the board is the VIP, and depending on which team you're on, you're either trying to rescue the VIP or kill them. So I cannot wait. I believe we're going to be playing on Miami. So that's the map that Merc and Maven, I know you guys were just hyping up. So take it away, guys.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm excited to see the new mode, but yeah, really to see Miami. It was cool to hear kind of the what the level designers talk about it, but aesthetically it was just very, very pleasing. I like neon lights. I like colors. It looked gorgeous, Joe, just like your eyes.
Listen, I would love to go on a date in Miami with you when this
we
is
did.
all
Wait,
done.
what do you mean? We did that last year.
Yeah,
we went there for some
it's a little bit
football
different
event.
right
We
now.
went and saw a film together. We had a nice dinner.
I want to do it again. But I don't know, dude. Just the 80s style that they were talking about, as you said, the neon lights. You're going to have the water that are going to play. The way the levels designers talked about it. There's just a lot of different elements to it. It's sort of, you can play very aggressive through the middle of the street, but
Bitte lass es
I don't
eine
know if we'll
6
go to
gegen
Miami.
6
I
Map
think we're
sein.
actually
Das
going
wäre
to
richtig
satellite.
nice.
It looks to be the next map.
Yeah, so we're going to get that a little bit later in the show.
Yeah,
We're
well, so we'll
gonna
get to
preview
that later, but we'll be playing 6v6 kill confirmed on satellite. When you talk about satellite, not a lot of buildings to go
No, it's all
through.
terrain. There are no buildings.
Yeah, no buildings. You heard the devs talk about it. It's a big fight around that sort of center satellite.
Yeah, and Kill Confirmed has obviously been a fan favorite. That's always been my go-to for, I don't even know why, like pubs and just leveling up weapons or leveling up my character. I feel like it's always been one of the faster ones to get experience, and it's just always been fun because it's like TDM, but adds that little objective thing. Because for those of us that aren't as talented like me, I like to go around and collect all the tags.
Well, it's like this momentum mode where, like, if you get going, you get the kills, you get the objectives, you can have some big games. But I am excited to see satellite and how this plays. As you said, you can play
So geil aus, wie du deine Waffe einstellen kannst, wie so eine kleine Heimwerkerwerkbank.
Well, how different is it from what we just saw? We were just in the open water with jet
Aber
skis
wir haben
and
wieder, wie
boats.
wir
Now we're
sehen,
heading to the desert.
extrem
So
viele
should be quite a bit different. But
verschiedene
you're probably going to see people
Aufsatzvarianten.
messing with all
Feier ich sehr.
different types of weapons. And yeah, this is a lot more similar to last year when you talk about stuff like Gunsmith and the attachments that you can put on guns and how you can deck them out. And just the amount of variance that you can have. Like, it seems like fans really, really liked that last year. They really like, I guess the more you can customize, the better in a lot of people's eyes. That is going to be here and even bigger and better.
Well, it's just a sort of, you have the weapon, and I think in past Call of Duties, you had the weapon, and it was basically, it had one play style around it, right? And I think what last year and this year really do is you can use that weapon, and you can play around it in so many different ways. So it's a combination of, you have the different weapon styles, but you can also switch those weapons up.
It's like my LMG is suddenly an SMG? What did I do?
Yeah, what is this 60-round mag that I have that quick reload? This is awesome.
Yeah, the variance that you can have is nuts. And, well, Drifter, if you haven't watched him before, he is the guy to watch talk about weapons. Like, I remember, God, this is all the way back in like AW or something, but he was like telling pro players what to use one weapon versus another because the RPM of the bullets was fast. He really breaks it down on a technical level. So if you ever want to check him out, very, very cool. But right now we're basically just waiting on one of these differing squads we have to get into game. It looks like they're getting ready to load in now.
That is cool, the way it, look at that, the way you load in.
It almost looks like something like a major motion.
It looks like a trailer.
From a movie,
yeah,
like a movie trailer or
it looks
something,
so cool. Oh, you have the entrance as well. You come in on the dune buggies, and then you go to war.
It's a Mad Max, right?
Yeah, dude, this is so dope.
Let's get right into the mix.
This is not my skill set exactly, so I hope that you're ready for some.
I'm ready, Drifter.
Shotgun or a sniper?
That's fine. We've all been there.
We
listen,
like
the
it
new
rough.
Call of Duty comes out, you gotta try everything. You gotta try everything.
I just want to get close enough.
Yeah, we'll see how he can get rolling, but
we don't like that.
you see the tags everywhere you've got to collect if you're not familiar with the mode, but
I'm gonna sneak up behind
mostly we're going to kind of enjoy the variance in this map versus what we just saw. Nice little Flankarooski through from Legion to pick up the kill.
Yeah, and this is what the devs are talking about. Is you have this sort of left side of the map that looks like
schön
we're
hell,
at right now. We love
genauso
Tyler
mag
T.
ich
Pull
das.
Chow.
Ich persönlich
Love that
feiere diese
guy.
etwas
And
unteren
he's
Call of
fighting around the
Duties
satellite,
mehr.
around these
Diese
close
düsteren Grauen.
close pass, and then you can go to the other side.
Das ist immer eine Geschmackssache, sage ich
Everything
einfach mal.
open.
You see T just
Meines
trying to
Plünderers
find
auch am Start.
kind of talking with the stream about guns that he likes. some that have been more powerful for him, stuff he's like to roll with. The Type 63 in hand now, and you heard him say it hits hard. Like it looks like he's like 2 or 3 shotting the players he's pushing.
Yeah, this is a semi-auto gun.
They
So I'm gonna use this gun for probably a couple more times, and then I'm gonna switch it up. This one's pretty good on this map, though.
So he's got the semi-auto gun, and now we both expect Teeth to have some big games today.
Give me that, give me that.
As he starts to snap on board, and there is a Sim with the 74U. Again, I think the 74U just right away going to be people's favorite.
This is just one of those like all-time favorite guns right there, a blast.
And stuff. I like this one.
Yeah, I think this map will be just a blast, like fast-paced combat. As we mentioned, it's all terrain, so no buildings, just all finessing around these dunes and blown up planes you see.
Wenig Möglichkeit zum Campen, ja, ist mega. Also ich glaube, das kann ein sehr, sehr geiles Call of Duty Jahr werden. Vor allem, du kannst dich nicht mehr anlehnen, das ist was mich richtig genervt hat.
We love Midnight, one of the best snipers.
So, es ist wieder flüssig. Es sieht schon sehr geil aus. Weniger, ja gut, vielleicht gibt es auch ein paar Headglitches, aber man sieht es nicht so. Aber sieht schon geil aus. Schöne Ladeanimation, ja, auf jeden Fall. Battlefield Map, ja, erinnert mich auch ein bisschen an Battlefield, da wo die Eisenbahn durchfährt.
I can change dead zone and zoom sense. Whoa.
There's no sniper glint. That's another thing.
Yeah, once you could. What was the first title where you could like go to like a fraction of a point? Like instead of like you're 5.5, 6.6, it's like 6.17.
Yeah.
All right. You can definitely fine tune. That just goes back to kind of what we're talking about, like the level of customization. And Hutch is just mind blown currently by the level of talent in this lobby.
Yeah, he's talking about Ricky, who is Los Angeles Guerrillas coach. So, yeah, but he used to be a pro player. Doesn't miss much.
Yeah. But I don't think I'm going to. I think, you know, we're low-tier street gang out here.
Were other streamers asking him not to use the RC car because he's just blowing them up?
Okay.
Yes.
Typical gamer
What
might
is
be
that
my
good?
dad.
That looks
Dr.
good.
Odin, I appreciate the 14 moments. I'm going to show you guys, too, the
Yeah,
pistol.
he missed all of his
The
shots, and
secondary
typical
burst pistol
gamer
that you get
did
is
not.
absolute
His
crap.
Legion got fried, and
All right, say a prayer.
now he is his papa.
Yeah, you have all these content creators in pros, and they want to put up the biggest games today, right? Like, they want the most eyes on them. They're trying to say, hey, you see what I just did today?
Yeah, so just a reminder, in case you weren't aware, like, you can watch the main broadcast here. We'll be hopping through a lot of the different POVs, and Joe and I will be breaking down a lot of stuff with you from highlights from Nameless as well, but all these guys are individually pushing their POVs as well.
You can't pull your gun out while doing it. You like put your hands down, you know what I'm saying?
So that was Black Ops 4.
Well, thinking about the drop shot and the slide mechanics, I think they're, I don't want to say controversial is the right word, but the difference in them between devs and titles, like there's a lot of difference there. So you always want the first thing a pro player or top player like Priest is trying to figure out is movement mechanics, which maybe give you an edge. So a little bit different of a drop shot or slide mechanic in this particular title that he's talking through.
Yeah, no, a lot of these guys, they are sort of, it's muscle memory. What have you been doing in the past?
Nordi, nein. Wir schauen uns das Ganze an, aber ich bin jetzt schon komplett verliebt in das Ganze. Nee, Sims. Spielen wir nicht. Wir spielen Cold War. Wir müssen Cold War spielen.
He is exactly.
I really want to get this freaking.
What was that ice cream?
Chopper.
Like rolled up ice cream or something? It was
yeah,
so
I had
good.
Reese Puffs on it. It was a peanut butter blast.
Yes, it was.
Just let me die. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Show us the YY. I mean, this is
excuses.
the YY. I'm YYing right now.
For the first time in Scum's life, he was the bait.
Yeah. Quite literally, the first time ever.
Not that crazy of an animation.
Überredet. Perfekt. Genauso wollte ich das hören.
It's cool, just I feel like we've gone through what 15 different POVs and hearing them focus on different things because a lot of them come from different backgrounds, right? Like some of these are pro players, some are casual players, some are streamers, and just hearing the different things they're focusing on as we get into the game is pretty neat.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, people who are trying to focus on trying different weapons. You got the pros who are trying to figure out the mechanics, the weapons that they're going to focus on. We're on board with Espresso.
Ja, zum Entspannen und Runterkommen, denke ich, ist das ganz gut.
Yeah, you heard Scum sort of talk about the slide cancel, the slide movements, pretty similar, but the drop shot not as much.
Nice. Sieht nice, wie die Gegner sterben.
Well, a little bit of a streak rolling here. As he continues to try and finesse with one of our favorite guns, the MP5. Absolute powerhouse at close range. Hits like a truck, hip fire, tried and true.
We're not doing too bad this game, eh?
Yeah, well, from what we've seen, you have been sort of running in circles. But he's posted up and looking for the action. Oh, there's the strategy. Bait the tag.
I like it. Yeah, you can just tell, much smaller map than what we saw, but I don't know who that was. That was a nice shot with the 74U.
The 74U is the gun to use.
I think it was Noisy Butters, dude. I think it was Noisy Butters just smoked him.
1000%.
Well, we're talking about Noisy. She's talking about metas already in the alpha. You see in the top right, it is alpha gameplay. The devs are watching this. There's going to be some adjustments. She's like,
AK-74 is 100% the meta?
The meta, 100%.
All right, okay, well, it's set in stone.
Why do I throw C4? Like, why am I even using it? I don't know.
It's the Warzone mindset.
C4, yeah. C4,
Do you know how nice
C4,
it is
C4.
to hear stuff in this game? Do you know how lovely that is? Do you know how great that is?
I tend to agree with you.
That's probably, I don't know who.
Sie meinte, man hört ziemlich gute Schritte und sowas. Da bin ich mal gespannt, ob das wirklich stimmt, weil jetzt ist ja mehr so Gemüseeintopf, was man hört, würde ich sagen.
Talk about it, but yeah, the 3D audio, talking about the directional sound and how, what is the, dude, I gotta look this up. I have all the sheets in front of me. What was the thing where it like focuses more on what's happening near you, which sounded awesome. Where did I have that? Hold up. I have so many notes. Okay, hold up. The threat priority system. So the new threat priority audio system dynamically assigns priorities to various sounds during a firefight, ensuring the player hears all the sounds they need to be successful. I think that's awesome. Like, to just focus on like the key couple of things you really need to hear during a gunfight.
Yeah, I mean, you think about like in the past of score streaks going off.
There's a lot.
You having a heal. It feels like this system is gonna try to.
Wie sind denn die Systemvoraussetzungen? Boah, da muss ich passen. Da müsste Dubs vielleicht reinschreiben. Der kennt sich mit PC besser aus. Weil der ist PC-Spieler.
It's cool to see the new tech coming into play from Treyarch for this particular title.
Ron, hast du schon irgendwelche Infos, wie es am PC aussieht?
The Dune trailer came out today. We're just battling the dunes now. I'm very excited for that film, Joe. I'm sorry.
It looked incredible. Not as incredible as this game, though. I cannot lie.
That is true.
On board with Shane, London Royal Ravens coach. He used to be a pro player. He is in a pretty intense lobby. It looks like this is a close game, 58-57 with a minute left. He's got the 74 out. But yeah, you can sort of see the slide mechanics.
Die Slides sehen voll kurz aus.
But it seems like it got up a little bit slower maybe than last year, but.
Okay, and you hear sort of Jericho talking about the score streaks, right? Because they don't reset on death. You're playing with some of the best players in the world. They're going to get those guaranteed choppers. You need a player like Jericho to shoot them down. Maven, you did that well when we used to play pub. That was your go-to.
I find a lot of satisfaction out of destroying. Oh, you're frying the lobby? Well, I'm gonna fry your score streaks.
Dude, look at that! Look at the drop shot there.
I think I saw a skunk into
Yeah. So this particular game's close. The other one
Schnell
looks
das
to be a
LMG
bit of a
nachlädt,
blowout.
das ist ja abartig.
Yeah, it almost looks like the weapons are like as efficient as the rockets at ripping down those score streaks. So.
And that did not pan out. Okay, cool.
And you heard Richard talk about that going to prone at ADSSU. And that's just sort of dev to dev, right? I mean, that's typically what Treyarch does. We saw that in Black Ops 4 as well.
Geil.
And a lot of that is just due to the strength of drop shots in some games, but trying to stay alive is this well, that was a close one.
He just destroyed a chopper, and I heard another one getting called in there. So that was tough, but it is a 7-point loss for Drifter and company. The score streaks were raining on it, the tail end of it, but for those of you Killed Confirmed lovers, this looks like a very, very fun map for some of your core modes to bounce around on. Obviously, a lot of new things coming to this title, new maps, new modes, but the familiarity of the Call of Duty franchise still there, and this looks to be a fun one.
Yeah, it absolutely does. A lot of close quarters combat. It feels like you're spawning and you're right into the action, right? Just right into it. You're going to have to take your time. As, yeah, these guys are going to just try and figure out what they want to use for the next map.
I like you kind of hearing this from Drifter.
Ooh, the wild cards. I actually wanted to see these.
Exactly. He's going through the various guns, also looking at different perks that he wants to check out.
Ooh, I saw Ninja. That makes me very excited. Has a perk.
Which one?
Scavenger, I prefer.
You remind me of a ninja.
Ninja's pretty much.
I don't really think. No, I don't think so. But I saw that like you can walk, and that is dead silent as well. So it looked like Ninja. It deals with it's quieter the more you sprint. So there's definitely you know, you have to play around the audio system, the movement system. It's gonna be awesome.
God, your Call of Duty brain is just beautiful, Joe.
I just read stuff. People, they've played the game already. They're just telling me what to do.
It's attractive, Joe. That's all I'm going to tell you. But that'll do it for us on that particular map. We're going to get right over to Nameless.
That's all right, Joe. I read stuff as well, but that map looked absolutely amazing. I mean, you saw a lot of the players, while they spawned on the outskirts of the map, they ran straight to the center to get in those up-close gunfights. We saw 74Us, we saw MP5s, and also that Type 63 looked pretty nasty. We saw TP picking up some multi-kills with it. And what I want to highlight during these highlights is that the time to kill looks absolutely phenomenal. You see these players having sort of these longer gunfights, and the player who hits the better shot is going to win it. This Type 63 and the sniper, those were two of my favorite guns to see. But towards the middle of this game, a lot of the players decided to put away the sniper and pull out that submachine gun because it wasn't working that well. You can see Hutch back here. He picks up a kill here in a moment, and then he decides to, you know, put that sniper away and pull out a sub. He was calling out Ricky for killing him over and over, saying Ricky's the guy who always gets me every single lobby that I'm in. Legion was having a lot of fun running that LMG. At first, I was like, what gun is that? It's killing so fast, and I realized it was the LMG. So people starting to try out that stoner gun. You can get multi-kills with it. It has a big clip, and Legion was playing well throughout this game. Moving on, we saw Skunkman. This guy's just always a beast at every single Call of Duty.
So,
One of the best Call of Duty
mach's gut, bin
players of all
raus für
time,
heute.
and he's staying with that 74U. It seems to be the
Ja,
gun
ich denke, Freitag sind wir wieder am Start. In dem Fall, Nordi, vielen Dank, dass du reingeschaut hast, und ich wünsche noch eine wunderschöne gute Nacht. Schlaf und erhol dich gut. Und morgen wieder fit bist für die Arbeit.
Something else there in this game was a lot of players were trying to drop shot, and they were realizing that it's way different in Cold War. You can't drop shot. When you drop shot, your ADS goes back to hip fire, so you have to take your time. If you're going to lay down, you have to be tactical about it.
Do you know how lovely that is?
Sliding is still very good as well. We saw Noisy Butters just slide a little bit ago and get right back up into position, ready to fight. Shane, one of our coaches in the COD League, running the 74U. It seems like all the CDL pros, they're loving the 74U, and they're getting right into the center of the map and trying to just get into square-up gunfights, while some of the other top streamers, they're trying out different weapons, like iron sight snipers, Type 63s, and LMGs. And we see this is actually a Type 63 that he had a scope on, and he had to pull out his RPG to take down this chopper. He realized it took like 2 RPGs and also some bullets, and he was getting pretty stressed. But yeah, that was Satellite. That was one of my favorite maps so far, but we got to get into some more gameplay. Let's check out some more maps and some more modes. Maven and Merc.
Oh, Nameless, you are phenomenal at what you do. Great breakdown as always, but yes, we're going to continue rolling on through. New maps, new modes, as we rock through this multiplayer global reveal for Cold War. So far, it has been awesome. We have a lot more to come over the next hour and a half, 2 hours. Is it time for Miami?
It is. We're playing some domination.
Direkt noch eine
Everybody,
Karte
I want you to pay
hinterher.
attention.
Mega.
We saw a little bit there in Combat Arms on Armada, but the zones are a little bit different. It's just not a flag. It's really about a little bit of a bigger area that you're going to be fighting over, and I like that a lot. So switching things up, but as you said, we're going to Miami. I cannot wait to see this map and mode and how it plays.
Joe, I've never been more excited for anything in my entire life.
Yeah. I think good. Right?
Let's get into it, Joe. We're going to start off with Cesar Bueno, Skies. Professional player for the Mutineers as they're getting ready to get into the lobby, just looking through the create a class and score streaks to see what he wants to lock on up. XM4 out. And yeah, you can see, I know we've seen a couple looks at, but like the variety of attachments you're going to have for the different positions on the gun, the variety is going to be wild. He highlighted Ninja for a second. I want to see like what it went through exactly.
So what I saw and what I read is that it quiets you when you were sprinting and how fast
you go. Like dampens the sound of it.
Right. Okay. So I believe that you can walk and crouch and you will be completely silent. But if you were sprinting,
cool,
you will still
dass
have
die Extras auf dem Helm, auf der Trinkflasche oder auf dem, keine Ahnung, Schokoriegel oder was auch immer es sein soll, oder
he's going through everything.
Ein Wassertank, dass die Perks dort angezeigt werden.
Right? Just going through all the different features, all the different attachments, all the different perks, the weapons, checking it all out.
And again, this isn't going to be everything that we see throughout Cold War. This is not going to be the full release. There's going to be more perks. There's going to be more weapons, more attachments.
This looks like it could be out of like a Bad Boys film. Like Miami, like
Well, yeah, that's where they do it, is in Miami.
That's a good point, Joe.
Yeah,
See, that's why you're the brains of this operation. You're the brains of this operation.
That is actually where they shoot those
Okay,
movies.
well, thanks for that, Joe.
I'm getting
Look at
sweaty
this,
now.
though.
I'm fucking mad. I'm fucking mad, bro.
It looks good.
Motion blur. Motion blur. Motion blur. Tell myself. Motion blur.
As, yeah. Sky's low on in. You're seeing the different parts you have in the middle of the street. You got the bar area. You have the pool. Well, you got the ocean. In a way, it's 3 lanes, but there's a lot of different areas that you can go
Vielen
to.
Dank, Ron.
As well, again, coming in, and you see the different squads.
That looks so much
You got
better
one
with
side
the
coming in
bugs.
towards the boat, the other one towards the street. And yeah, that was dope. His domination loading on up. And is Sky's going to go for the objective? Is anyone going to go for the objective because I talked about it? And the answer is no. Nobody captures C. What's going on here, man?
Listen,
They
they're not
need
as
you on the
focused
team.
on the objective. Dude, that is sometimes the most frustrating thing about pucks, you know, when like you're fine, you're going off, you've got 50 kills, you see somebody on your team, they've got 3 and no time in the objective. Like, help me out a little bit, but you gotta play
Krass,
both.
in dem Video, wo wir schon gesehen
You gotta
haben, war
focus
das
on it all. You gotta be
vollkommen
like
dunkel
LeBron. You
hier
know,
auf
you're
der
getting the
Map.
assists, the rebounds, and the points. You're doing it all on the map,
Jetzt
Joe.
ist irgendwie doch heller,
My
als ich
Call of
gesehen
Duty
habe.
playstyle is very similar to LeBron now that I think about it, Joe. Thanks for that compliment.
You're one of the greatest players ever.
We'll see what Marksman can do as he's looking for the angles and whoop. You see the hip fire strong there.
I was gonna say, I mean, you guys are both around the same age and you have the same accolades.
That's true. Yeah.
The slide has some fucking
nailed it, Joe.
nutty movement in this game, bro. It's like it is hard.
I'll tell you what, I keep thinking about that pool with how hot it's been in LA. It was like 110 the other day. That pool looks very comforting. He sure did.
Surprise! As again, you heard Marksman talk about it, a little bit of the nutty movement. I'm sure the devs are going to be paying attention. They'll get their feedback from all of these players.
Was mit dem Stream von
Well,
denen
that's where,
los?
like, there's like a couple different skill gaps when you talk about a game like Call of Duty. Like, is there the gun skill part of it? Yes, and you know, being able to shoot and becoming a better player from that regard. But it's like once you get that down, the next step is really that movement, right? Like becoming more fluid on the map, finding mechanics in the game that you can get a little bit of edge over the competition. And yeah, no, the movement could be nuts, and that'll be something we'll keep an eye on. But over to Kat Connie, she's looking to hit the shots. There's a little bit of a snapper.
And a nice snipe right there. She's looking over the B zone right now, has the shotgun in the back pocket. Surprise! Later.
I would like to.
Kismet is Jericho. It's basically, it seems to be in almost the same spot, just on opposite ends. As he's going to go for this B zone, play a little bit of objective. You and Jericho would get along well.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But that you heard, I can't remember her name, but one of the lead map designers kind of saying like, I stay away from the middle. Like, the middle of the map. That is a sniper's haven. You kind of saw a bit of it there, but there are the alleyways that you can work the flank, different things that you can do on the map.
So you see in the top right, attack chopper called in by Priesta.
Like,
He's doing his thing.
Supposed to pre-aim. I only know this room.
Yeah, well, I think you heard Espresso sort of talk about the lighting. Like, I'm sure everything is going to be get a little bit better. Full game release.
And I think Jericho's kind of talking about one of the more difficult things when you play a new map, right? Like figuring out
where do I go,
all the different angles, mastering the map. Like where can people be L triggering and
Boah, der
holding
Stream
the
leckt
end,
bisschen bei denen,
it's
huh?
Ricky with some quality beams from the top balcony, able to dip away with his life as well and look to ruin a couple players' lives as well.
And that's what one of the biggest things.
That's right. Like that is the hard thing where you have to work as a cohesive unit to try and get it in. If you're solo playing the objective on B, good luck because you've got a world star.
And it looks like he has a smoke equipped. And one of the notes that we got was like the smokes were strong in this Call of Duty, maybe compared to some in the past.
Dankeschön, OG, das wünsche ich dir auch. Einen wunderschönen Abend. Danke, dass du vorbeigeschaut hast.
He's in a gunship.
Smoke him! Line it up!
Chopper gunner.
Okay, well that guy got fried. People are just
hit marker. You're getting smoked. You're getting beamed.
Kind of hard, actually.
It looks like he's still pretty healthy though.
Wait, how cool is that? That you can see the lights from the map bouncing off the minigun in the chopper.
Yeah, lighting has evolved over the last decade or so.
Die
That
Streak
is
sieht ja auch
absolutely
mega
for sure.
geil
Now you
aus.
see a gorgeous look at kind of the entire map breakdown. But
Aber ich denke,
yeah,
für die Map ein bisschen unpraktisch.
Light it up! It's gonna be
Hey, Arno,
like
was geht ab?
that he can swap to. I
In
don't
dem
know.
Fall wünsche ich dir auch einen wunderschönen Abend.
Ghoster, cold-blooded on. I don't know which perk it is in this game, but they're like, oh, we're not letting Priest do
Vielleicht kommt's noch, nach der Beta. Aber danke, dass du trotzdem da warst und ich wünsche dir einen wunderschönen Abend.
trying to hit the snipes. I think you saw the Type 821 out from Priest as he was looking to get dirty with it. Watch his face. He is locked in. Just a gamer.
All right, halftime.
Oh, it's not close, Joe.
It's
unfortunately.
It is not close. He's got 900. He's playing with Nick. He's got Mud Dog on his team. He's got Courage. He's got a solid squad.
Mud Dog's bringing him down, Joe.
Pulling up Scum Stream, dude. This guy's cracked.
Yeah. He's 21-2. Yeah, no, he has been dominating lobbies, and you would expect that from one of the greatest players of all time. But over to Testament we go. We talked about his sniping prowess earlier, and he's going to have the sniper out as he's looking to line it up towards mid-map. But yeah, I think especially with it being a nighttime map, like learning the map, knowing the angles, going to be all that more important. But just aesthetically,
you know what I mean?
It's a sexy map. It is. I want to see like the one side they were talking about when it had the developers on, like how you can kind of go underwater on the one side.
I think it's right behind him.
It is.
Yeah.
But like it hasn't really seemed to be that much in play as of yet, at least with these guys.
It looks like Nick was in it. Well, no, that's not it. If We Love Games, they're sort of playing around it, but it looks like you can go sort of towards A, towards C. If you want to switch that up, as Testy brings out that LW3, the Tundra. I like that.
There are a few things more satisfying in any kind of FPS, but especially Call of Duty, with hitting snipes. Just
Gut, der
hitting
Modus
clean
wäre jetzt,
snipes.
glaube ich, auch nicht was ich hier
It feels
anzocken will.
good.
Sieht ein bisschen
We'll see what
lame
Hutch can do
aus.
from the power position. Well, not going to matter. From Priest's Chopper over to Scump's Chopper, and Peep, this lobby is just getting milked. Just dominate them from the sky. Oh, kill after kill. We'll see him, Mud Dog. Doozy.
Later,
Courage. Everybody dropping.
Yeah, and he's saying, he's like, just so you guys know, this isn't a pub lobby. I'm playing some talented players, and I am smoking now.
This will be
a lot of buildings.
a nice YouTube video. Well, yeah, a lot of buildings. The night cover of night as well.
Ooh, if you can get them spawning towards that beach
Poor-
side, we'll
poor
see you
Mud
later.
Dog. Mud Dog's already dropped to this thing twice.
They're probably holding the kill cam too. They're like, we're not letting Scump do this to us.
Yeah, I do believe they are losing full.
Oh, that's swag as well.
Yeah, it's been Swag, Courage, and Mud Dog have died like 2 or 3 times in a row.
They're on the beach.
That's why he's a Call of Duty pro player.
Yeah, the beach is usually where you go to vacation. Not here. Nope.
Do I not have Ghost?
I think you heard. We got on board with swag, and he's like, I can't hide from this guy.
Sometimes they're gonna be 6 to 17. Fucking. This is.
No, that's what, dude. It's actually funny going over from Scump COV to the team that was getting destroyed. It was just like kind of quiet comms. Like
It's kind of like, hey guys, we're gonna be in a YouTube video.
100% they're in a
Scump,
YouTube
hey,
video.
destroyed Tim, Courage, swag,
I'd be
40
like,
kills
yeah,
on
like
Miami.
Mount Rushmore with all of their heads on
Yeah.
it.
Just Scump and a chopper gunner.
Kill, Jesus. He's
Yes,
still
he
there.
is.
Yeah. That is accurate.
That is truly accurate.
No, but it's cool to see the variety of personalities just battling it out on all these different maps. So we've seen what Armada, Satellite, now we're in Miami.
Well, I mean, you look at Satellite, very much, all outside, right? You come in here, you have fights at the bar, fights in the hotel, you have fights at the beach. There's just all these different environments that these players are going into.
We were at the Ultra Facilities, one of the professional teams in the Call of Duty League. It's Benjamin Bance on your screen now. Top player in his own right, and I think it's Bance maybe playing on Wisdom's account, but I believe it looks like it's Bance with a controller in hand currently.
Well, you can hear that when you get weak. You hear the heartbeat pick up. It sounds really cool.
It does. The audio seems very, very
Ooh,
clean.
what is this? A little artillery strike coming in from. Oh, did he call it in? Oh no, Bance!
Dude,
That is a mistake.
We've all been there.
We have.
The number of times I've done that in something like Domination, where I launch all my streaks, I'm like, oh, it's halftime. I just use those for no reason whatsoever. I got a couple of kills, but my impact on the objective was minimal. But now to the French sensation himself, Gotaga, one of the most popular gamers in the world. I feel like I've seen him compete in so many different games, but his legend grew in Call of Duty, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's just He's talented. He can do it all. She's rocking that 74U. On board with try match now. He's got the Tundra out.
Okay, what is his camera setup? Because it looks like he's in the game. How do I do that?
Well, he's got a green screen, but he is half of the screen.
Yeah, I want you to set that up for me.
Why would I do that?
I don't know, but like it looks like he's in the game.
Why did you just assume I had an expertise in green screens?
Joe, you wear glasses. You look like you'd be very tech savvy and ready to set that up for me. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Joe.
I'm not going to do that for you whatsoever.
Nameless, wouldn't you say he looks a bit like a scientist? Thank you.
Nameless looks like a cosplayer from Miami.
Like Narcos.
Yeah. I mean, he looks good, but
he looks good. Oh, wait, they can't be. People can't be rage quitting in this.
There's no way. It looks like game's about to end. Jericho's team, they're going to get the victory.
There we go, Jericho.
Who had 6,300 damage?
I didn't see.
That's a lot. That is a lot.
There's no doors. No doors.
Who is dominating?
Could be Priesta. There's a good chance it's this guy.
And there, he highlighted a difference this time. No doors. Jericho was talking about the show. No doors in the game. You won't be hammering through doors.
And Marksman were three-shotting people. So yeah, no doors.
Everybody's learning.
Rejoice.
Big smiles.
Yeah. I want to see if
So, meine Lieben, wer ist denn noch am Start von euch?
I was curious who was absolutely frying the lobby, but this is the part where I'm like trying to get my brain to like slow down when they go through it. Just appreciate all the different attachments that they have inside of this.
Maven, you will have your time.
I know.
October 8th,
like,
Maven. October 8th.
Let's do.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm talking like that because I'm literally just gonna have you tell me what to put on my weapons, and I'm gonna do what you do.
I'm gonna try everything though. It's the beta. We try out different things.
That's true. That's a good point. Well, one of our matchups has wrapped. It looks like we're gonna hop over to one that hasn't finished yet. 27 points away from victory.
Reicht es. Wir haben ja schon sehr viel gesehen. Oder habt ihr noch Bock weiter zu gucken?
Tasty's put away the sniper for now, just trying to hit the shots with the AK-74U.
Ooh, 3 for 3.
That hit.
Let's go, Sean J. Looks like she was able to call on some score streaks. Nice 74U shots in, but who is that? A nice snipe shot from whoever's on Team Envy.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say a lot when I play the game at first. What are you doing over there? Because I don't know where people should be, so that's my
what are you
reaction.
doing over there? Maybe that's where I should be. Oh, it's Crim.
It's the Empire squad. We got Rambo Ray, the coach, Clayster, Crim 6, Crim, the greatest Call of Duty player of all time. There is no dispute. I don't want to hear any arguments, but yeah, that's gonna be tough to deal with. Is they're representing the Envy squad right now.
Yeah, Team Envy, also known as the Dallas
ich würde auch sagen,
World Champions.
Wir switchen mal ganz kurz hier rüber und sagen, ja, ich denke, ich werde noch ein Video drüber machen, vielleicht so ein bisschen was zusammenschneiden für, wie soll ich sagen, die ersten Eindrücke, aber ich denke, für heute haben wir genug gesehen. Wir haben den Reveal live miterlebt, war mega nice meines Erachtens und ich bin gespannt, was die Beta nächsten Monat bringt und habe richtig Bock, endlich mal wieder was Neues zu zocken. Und an der Stelle verabschiede ich mich nun auch. Sag vielen Dank fürs Einschalten heute. Macht's gut, einen wunderschönen Abend euch. Haut rein. Bis dann. Ciao, ciao.